Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade
Shade
and the
the
City.
City.
I am your girl Treese,
It's Nellz.
and we are here to do our review of the Love After the I'm sorry, not Love, Life After the Lockup, season 5, episode. Is this 16? Don't get me lying. It's 16. Pizza. I think, but it's supposed to be whatever.
Yeah,
It's
Pizza My
pizza
Heart.
of my heart. Okay. I'm trying to say it the right way so it makes sense. But anyway, so y'all, we appreciate you being here. If you haven't already, Shade Squad and all of our new subscribers, please make sure that you hit that like button.
And a subscribe button.
And y'all, let's just jump right into it because, I'm a little congested. I'm trying to get through it and get better so I can be back to giving you all of the glow and joy and things that you need. Okay. So, yeah, let's get into it, y'all, and let's get shady. Jumping into Justine and Michael, we see Justine and Michael's kids. They're co-mingling, blending the family, which they're really happy about. His daughter Melody asks to talk to him alone for a second, and then she brings up that Kaylee, whatever her name is, told her that they were moving to Vegas, so she obviously is upset that she's kind of left out of the loop of everything that's going on. And he explains that he did ask them not to say anything until so that he could break the news to him or whatever. Because he understands that they would probably be hurt by it. But of course, she went and did it, and I just feel away. That was just so terrible. And of course, Melody gets really upset and gets emotional because she's like, I feel like I should know these things. Like you've already been gone for this long. Now you're talking about moving. I just think things would be easier if they're in the same state. He's like, yeah, I hear you, but I'm still going. That's basically, what I got from that. And so yeah, then they go and they do this. He realized that he messed up. And is hopeful that they can get their relationship back on track. But like I said, it is what it is. Then Justine and Michael are having a gender reveal. And his sister has helped plan. I never got his sister's name through this whole thing, and I feel terrible.
Anne.
Oh, Anne?
Mm-hmm.
Seems so simple. I don't know why. So Anne has helped plan this whole gender reveal. Justine tells her about how the dinner went with mom, and asking for the fraternity test. And so his sister pulls her mother to the side and is like, hey, when she first walks in before really jumps off. And she's like, I think you need to go apologize to Justine for what you said because it was up. And Maria does apologize, but I felt like she really didn't want to. I think she thought she was just gonna come in there like all was gonna be good. I guess she felt like if we gonna sit through dinner and we're gonna finish dinner, why are we not gonna sit through this gender reveal and act like all is well?
But she still had in her mind. She's still going to take care of it. She's still going to do it. And
I know she's still gonna do it. She's absolutely still gonna do it. So
she actually she really wanted to kind of like argue back with her daughter. Like, I really don't feel like it's wrong, but Anne was like, no, you was dead ass wrong.
So yeah, Michael is hopeful that everybody can move forward. And then basically they find out they're having a girl. And they do this whole. I didn't even feel the need.
I called them pink and blue sumo wrestlers. I didn't know what they. It was like these inflatable sumo wrestlers.
I don't know. Melody admits that she's a little jealous and thinks that this will take more time away from her and her other siblings in Rhode Island. And Michael is still worried about telling their families overall that they're moving to Vegas. And I was like, well, yeah, but it was cute. And Justine was very happy because apparently she's been really, really wanting a girl.
So next up is Lindsey and Blaine. Lindsey is still out here with her homegirl collecting the monies. It's really giving. I gotta find it.
Money by tomorrow. I really gotta find a way to get his money
by tomorrow. Exactly. So the first person she collected the money from, apparently she let them know, listen, I got locked up 2 years ago. You really should have been putting that money on my books. I should really be charging you interest. Okay. But he was like, I'm sorry, just, take what I got. Okay. But she let him know, listen, I'm coming to collect. Let everybody know I'm coming to collect. And if I need to come to you and you don't come to me, it's really going to be a problem. Which I don't know. I feel like she was giving different energy this episode than last episode, because last episode I felt like she was saying the other chick had to,
Right.
do
And she was
everything for
acting like
her.
she was scared. Yeah.
Yeah, but now she acting like she G'd up or something. I don't,
Look, I said she was out here walking like Nino Brown, collect.
She said I gotta walk it like I talk it. Okay. Then she got a notification on her Ring camera. So she pulled over to make sure the kids was okay. Apparently it was just a dog. And then she saw Blaine was sleep early as hell in the bed. So she feels like he's depressed after, everything that's going on with her. So yeah, it's really giving. She's like, I really got to make this money by tomorrow. I gotta fix my family. Okay. Then
Before I do
Lindsey,
that, let me go to the store.
right, child. So Lindsey is fixing her family breakfast. Ain't nobody wanted but the dog, apparently. Um, Molly Grace got taken to school by Blaine. She sat for a study group. I don't know. I think red flags would have went up for me initially, but Blaine is like, yeah, it's she just wants to study with
Oh,
her
sorry.
friends. And Lindsay's like, no, she's
Sorry.
Lindsay and the little boy was like, no, she's definitely just making TikToks. Okay, they're studying how to make better TikToks. Okay, so then she decided to go out with her friend and go pick something up for Blaine. What she decided to pick up was a $200 chain, apparently, because she wants to propose with this chain. Now, first of all, I know this is normal
Help
in
me
Indian.
understand. Help
I
me
know this is
understand.
normal in Indian culture to, do the necklace or whatever, or at
Right.
least from what I know, anyways. Don't unalive me in the comments, okay? This was what I learned back in the day, all right? But she says that she feels like it would be best because he's a good father figure, just in case she does, end up looking at this 40 years, even though, Miley Grace is so against it. And her friend feels like it's a good idea too, because if she does get locked up, they won't even be able to keep in contact because she going to jail and he's a felon. So she thinks that they need to be married as soon as possible. It's too much. It's giving too much. I guess she said, listen, I gotta make sure my family is in order before I pay this 20,000.
Well, that's what it was the hoping she's gonna leave Miley with him while she goes away to prison.
She might go back to her grandmama.
Well, that would make sense. That's when I had to look at Lindsay with a side eye. You trying too hard. Send your I know you don't want to, but what you're not gonna do is make a force or try
And
to.
what is Miley, like 14, 15?
I feel right.
She gonna be like, I ain't saying her. She already let Lindsay know. Yeah, I don't see him as a father.
Right.
That's not what's going down.
Okay, so now we see Shawn and Sara. I do believe that they've been on seasons before.
Especially him. He's been on with somebody else before.
Oh, he gets around. So Sara and Shawn are out for lunch. She announces that, she's finally off parole. And she's done a lot in the last 3 years. He's excited because he feels like, oh, now we can travel, we can go anywhere. And she's like, yeah, because I'm trying to go to Mexico to get this BBL.
Did she say
I think she did say Mexico.
Mexico? Oh, okay.
And he basically is like, I'm not really feeling that idea. And she reveals she's already had her boobs done twice. Okay, she got a tummy tuck. Just
I missed that.
I guess. I think she did because he said they were big. She got them big and then she got them bigger. So to me, that says you went and got
Oh, I missed that.
yeah.
Okay. And then come to find out, she's still recovering. Listen, let's not
tummy
get
tuck.
exactly. So listen, I didn't realize that she was still recovering because I was like, shoot, she just had a baby. She trying to get right and tight.
Right.
I can't blame her, right? But when I saw she couldn't stand up straight because she had a tummy, I said, girl, you still recovering and you talking about getting the next surgery? No, okay, now I understand where he coming from.
Right.
He like, can you please recover from this one before we have a conversation?
Right. And not to mention, we need to get this money by tomorrow. Well, she does.
Did you see his
So
bank account, girl?
what happened?
I said, did you see his bank account, girl?
Oh, it was bad. It was real bad. Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So Shawn and Sara have started this towing business. He tells her to stop spending money on her body. Because and she's like, well, you need to stop putting so much money into these trucks. And he stresses
Like
that.
that's to make us the money, girl.
Right. And so, he stresses that he wants her to stop all these procedures because she's already on pain meds and it's nothing for her to, slip back into addiction. Sara feels offended that Shawn thinks that, she's just getting these surgeries to get pain pills. And I said, I don't think he was saying that, but the way that you put that together.
I think that is what he was saying.
He apologizes for offending her, but says in his confessional that he basically doesn't fully trust her, but he is for now. And then we see Shawn drop Sara off at their house that they live in together, but he refuses to go inside because her mother is there watching the kids. And apparently Shawn is still upset because her mom helped her lie about Anthony, which is her older daughter's father, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, she's like her mother stepped up a lot because, her recovery from her tummy tuck, as Nellz talked about, she can barely stand up, won't even allow her to pick up her daughter. Shawn gets a phone call from his ex Kelly while he's sitting in the
First of all, this
what?
woman even washed and folded your dirty drawers, sir. Ain't no way. He would have got cursed out.
Right. But he feels like he's gonna stand 10 toes down. He was calling her all types of, beeps and beeps and beeps. I said, ooh,
But you forgave the one that actually did the lying.
right. And this is why
And the
they told
deceit.
that's why they told Brandon's mom on that damn tell-all, stay out there because you will be the only one that suffers in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, then Shawn gets a phone call from his ex Kelly asking for money. He admits that he, doesn't really pay child support, but tells her he ain't got it. And so he tells her that, he's gonna see what he can do. And she's like, no, I need some money. It's been coming out of my money. I need his money by tomorrow. Okay. And so he knows he needs to be a better father to his other kids, especially since he doesn't really see them. But
And what's crazy is I really do believe that it is about the jobs because he was sending money. He was doing good by his kids before. I mean, not necessarily seeing them, but at least financially he was doing. And I knew he clearly didn't have the money to give. I just didn't know it was as bad as it was.
it was bad.
Next up is Kerok and Britney. So Kerok, Britney, and his mom are at the house.
I'm starting to feel like, and this is no shade, I like Kerok and all, but I'm starting to feel like, well, I guess you did it right, Kerok and Britney, because it's really becoming about Kerok and his family. We saw Britney for maybe all of 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't see her at all last
No,
time.
we saw her get out of jail. We worried about how Kerok is.
Oh, we don't care about Britney no more? Oh,
No,
okay.
we saw how she was doing when she got out of jail. Now Kerok got out of jail. Now we want to know how he, getting back into his daily life and routine.
Oh, okay. I thought we did that last episode. Oh, my bad. My last season.
We did a few episodes for her. We gotta do a few episodes for him,
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, So yeah, so basically they're trying to get in contact with Desmond, his older brother. And his mama done made an entire spread, okay, for this sit down. His mama be in the kitchen cooking.
Okay.
She was cooking. Now, initially he wasn't picking up the phone until finally they were able to get in contact with him while he was walking in the door. As soon as he got in there, his mom wanted to know if he was drinking and doing drugs. And he told her no, and she was just kind of like, you lying to my face. Okay, straight up to my face. And she got upset, got up, walked wait.
I'm just like straight up to my face.
She was like, boy, stop. Okay. She got up, she walked away from the table. She was like, no, you're lying to me. Okay. She really don't want to hear it. And he really feels like he don't owe her no excuses because he was like, she's not my wife. She's just my mother. I didn't know how I felt about that. But I mean, who gives a damn what she is to you? She's someone who cares about you. Okay. That's,
Right.
all that matters. Now, basically, she comes back out. So, well, no, I'm sorry. Kerok is trying to, talk him down, trying to get him to understand that, she just, she cares about you. We want you to do better. Before he really even gets anything out, she comes back out flipping the hell out. What you're not gonna do
what you're
is
not gonna do.
disrespect me. This is my house. Da 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 da. And I mean, he was taking it for a little bit, but then he got up, he went outside. Kerok followed behind him. They outside smoking a cigarette. Damn cancer sticks. Y'all need to put them things down too. Okay. And basically telling him, she just cares about you. I care about you. We want to see you do better. We want to see you do good. He already lost two brothers. You know what I mean? So get it together. And if you need anything, I'm here for you. You know what I mean? So he goes
I'll be there.
He said, you ain't even got to call my name. Honey.
Okay.
All right. I'm just here. I'm just here. Okay.
I'll even let you drive the Benz, but
He
I gotta be right
did.
there.
And Desmond is just blaming all his things, his PTSD, his anxiety, his depression. He's blaming it on his parents. He's like, it's their fault. I went through this, and that's okay. Just get some help. Okay. You can't change the past, sir.
I actually believed him when he said he had just got out of jail. I'm sorry.
Oh, well,
When he said I had just spent 24 hours and I on a drunk tech, I was like, I believe that.
so if he didn't do that, then I'm glad that he said that he was joking, because I could see social media looking it up and finding out for sure and being
Right.
like, you're a damn lie. You was out on the streets and doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that would have been a good excuse had he not been on camera. Okay. So basically, Kerok basically lets him know he doesn't have to deal with this on his own. They go back in the house, and he tells them, you need to apologize to mom because she just cares about you. And that's exactly what he did. And he promised them that he would text them every morning and every evening, just so they can keep tabs on him and make sure that he's okay and he's safe. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so now we're jumping into Aris and Cameron. As we know, last episode we saw Cameron show his whole entire ass. And so now he's trying to talk to Aris about packing up and moving. And he realizes that she's being very nonchalant and not really responding, which means that you're in trouble. Okay. And so he's like, all right, well, what can I do to make it better? He didn't even ask. He said, now I'm not gonna lie to you. This love bombing manipulation that he played, but he knows how to play it. He does it well. So he says, you know what, babe? I got something planned for us.
I ain't
Forget
gonna lie, that he would have messed with, he would have been half out the doghouse with me too. Because
the
that's my
fact
love
that he had
language.
already made plans.
And because it's my love language, that it's the acts of service, is to get that
Right.
I would have been like, you mother.
So yeah, so he apologizes to her and he says, you know what, babe, I got a surprise for you. He said, why don't we go out here and get in the car, gets a little girl in the car, they go out. He surprises her with a surprise photo shoot, apparently something she had been looking at. And
I didn't
so
even mention it to him. It's something she
right.
was looking at on her computer. See, that's the type of, you did your research. You put the work in.
The same way he was paying attention to them clappers, he was paying attention to that
I
computer.
can't be mad at it. I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad at it. Okay.
So yeah, so she's obviously overjoyed. She, obviously is in a better place. She says she doesn't fully forgive him, but you could have fooled me. But anyway, they take beautiful family photos. They even include the little girl. Her name is escaping me right now. But yeah, no, it was really cute. And he said $500 to do something she wanted that made her happy.
Lena. Is it Lena?
I think it might be Lena. But $500 to do something like that, put a smile on his girl's face. And like I said, they all look beautiful. But then when she asked him about where they're living, what their living situation is, he reassures her that, he's got it handled. And I'm not gonna say this makes up for everything, right? But I could understand how she would feel more secure after that regardless, he's gonna come through. She doesn't know how he's gonna do it.
One thing I can say about this couple, and normally that would have rubbed me the wrong way. Oh, like, don't worry about it. Like, I got this.
Yeah.
And she said she feels secure in what he said, because I'm telling you, Trace, in the past season, he has shown up. Okay. He has come through. He did what needed to be done. And when he said it and she felt comfortable with it, I couldn't even say anything, because he has shown improved. So, because I would have definitely got in that ass.
Well,
next up is Louie and Melissa. Now, it's Louie's last day at the pizza shop before he moves to New Jersey. I don't know why that made me feel so like sentimental and sad. Like,
it did.
that,
It
like
was a moment. It was a moment.
like he's leaving his support system a little bit. Like,
I felt bad, like not bad, but like his little moment with Dirk. I did feel
that's
like
what made me feel bad, because Dirk, like, was waiting for him to get out. He's been super supportive. He gave him a
right,
job, no problem. Like, you know what I mean? And he was still supportive. He was still being supportive, even though he's
right.
like, I don't know if this is the best decision. Now, of course, Melissa called to check in and see how he's doing. She's freaking the hell out because he ain't got no paperwork to hop on the road saying that he's supposed to be in Jersey. And she worried like something could happen on his way up. Now, she lets him know that, you know what I mean? I'm really not tripping. I'm just worried. You know what I mean? I don't want nothing to happen to you. I don't want you to get locked up, whatever, whatever.
Right.
While Dirk, like I said, he's being supportive, but he feels that Melissa should really be more supportive rather than putting him down as much as she does. He doesn't feel like she says anything
Encouraging ever.
encouraging. Exactly. Now let me tell you something, it was divine timing, okay? Because as soon as he got off the phone with Melissa, his mama walks through the door. I said, well, now, if this ain't divine time or production, who knows? Okay. She comes in all teary-eyed, ready to cause the whole damn scene. My baby leaving me. Oh my God. He's like, girl, this is what you're supposed to want. I'm leaving
Right. I'm
this.
grown.
The hell? And she feel like she done missed out on 10 years of his life. So she's like, no. Well, actually, no. She was like, I do want you to leave. Trust me. Girl, don't about. He's like, no, it's not giving that. That's not the energy you're giving. And
Right.
I can agree. That's not the energy she's giving. Now, back at the house while Louie's packing up, his mom is going through old stuff that he made in like elementary school, talking about, yeah, you should bring this stuff for me, but it was really giving it needs to go in the trash. Like, what are you still doing with that stuff? She gives hoarder. That's some stuff you should have took a picture of and framed it or something, because why do you have a box full of elementary school stuff?
Oh, I thought you was talking about her bracelets. I was gonna say Shawn said she never taken her hospital bracelet off.
That's weird. And you want to have more kids? Are you gonna wear them for each child you have? That's weird. That's weird.
That
No,
is
for me, no. It's all these little pictures, and I get it. Okay, there's sentimental stuff. I just feel like you should just pick the best ones, frame it, and that's it. You should not have boxes full of
the rest go in the trash. I'm sorry. I'm not
exactly,
feeling
exactly.
clutter is a
Um,
thing for me.
then surprisingly, Melissa gives her a call. Okay, and wants her to drive up with Louie. Donna said she already suggested it to him, but he really wasn't feeling it. So she was like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go bring the phone in the room so we can all have this conversation. And he's like, why the hell is you on my mama's phone?
Right.
What the hell is going on here? I'm confused because I'm a mama's boy. And you on the phone with my mama telling me I should be in a car with her. What I don't need is you throwing this all up in my face. Now, she didn't address that. She didn't say she wasn't going to do it because it probably still will come up. She's still going to do it. But
Right.
what she said was, I want you to make it here in one piece. Okay. I need you to make it safely. And I feel like if your mom is in the car, that's exactly what's going to happen. You won't be hollering no girls, although you don't know Donna, because Donna will try to hook him up with whoever the hell, especially if it's close, especially if the rest stop is closer to Georgia than it is to
Okay.
Jersey, girl. Listen, they will be turning their ass right the hell back around. But then he says, well, what if my mama want to stay up there once she get up there? She said, no, she gonna have to go back home. And really, she can't even stay here because we ain't got enough room for even you. But she can stay with some family or something, but she ain't staying here.
And I'm kind of with Louie on this one. Because what you're not gonna do is have my mama come up, ride with me, and then you gonna be rushing her to go back home whenever she want, you know what I mean? Like, no, she can't stay, but what you're not gonna do, and that's exactly what Melissa is going to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And be like, okay, thank you for your services, and then be ready to tell her, get out my face.
My thing is, I mean, if he was gone for 10 years, he's only been home a few months. He can't have that much stuff. I don't see why he can't ship his stuff up there and fly.
Well, because he got that truck. Remember, he bought that car.
Oh, you
So,
better get on the Amtrak train. That's cheap. And you can pack all your stuff in the car. Put all your boxes in the car. Get on the Amtrak train. I
well,
bet you it's cheaper than gas.
Nellz with her travel advice, okay? So, now we get into the mess, the debacle that is
She
Joy,
loves a mess. She loves a mess.
Nami, and
Don't let
Red.
her fool you, girl.
Okay, so we meet another one of Joy's family members, Micah. That's her brother. He comes over to watch Sway because she plans on taking Red out for sushi. She's nervous about her brother meeting him. And then when her brother gets there, he wants to have a little one-on-one with Red. for a couple minutes, and he's like, I'm really worried. I just want to make sure you're really in it for my sister. Like, Sway said something about you being his father the other day. He really looks at you that way. And it was just really sad because we all know Red ain't gonna be shit. Okay. We all know Red ain't about you. Okay. Um, and I just think it's unfortunate because he's in this little boy's life now. He does view him, but that's also part of I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna hold back because it's
Joy's fault.
Yes, Joy's fault. Joy's fault. So, and even after he has this conversation with Red, he still isn't sure, about him, but just hopes that he can prove everything that he's saying. So she's takes him out to sushi, and Red then is on his phone as soon as they get there. The whole time they were there. I think the only time he looked up from his phone was to look at the menu. And then other than that, he was back into his phone. So that would have irritated me.
I was waiting for him to slip up, and when she asked the question, he wasn't paying attention. But he was at least somewhat.
Like he said, it's like his toy. So, she asked him if he's happy there, and he tells her that he is, but he does miss home a little bit and talks about his sister possibly wanting him to fly back there. And then Joy gets upset. And she's like, "So, what do you want me and Sway to go back with you? I mean, you're only thinking about yourself." And I was like, "Yeah, he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have anything else to do. He's an extra bill for you." I'll be honest. I would have said, "Yeah, you probably do need to go." But because Joy is obviously insecure, worried about losing him, she knows he ain't worth nothing. So she doesn't want to let him out of her sight. But I feel like if you know all that, the worst thing to have on top of that is an added bill. Let him go. Let him go. She irritates me. So, basically he doesn't want to talk about it. He goes outside and then he calls some other friend that he got named Casey and says that they really just friends. But remember when he introduced us to the powder girl?
Casper.
Yeah. He also said she
Just a
was just a
friend.
friend. Right. And that's not what it was. So I don't know, but he lets Casey know that he's going home soon and he plans on linking up with her. And he said he's ready to throw the whole 7 years away because this just ain't good for his mental health and his happiness and what he's trying to do in life. And
Oh,
huh?
oh.
Yeah. And then I don't know why, but then after that, the next day, apparently Joy decides she wants to have her family over, her cousin, to introduce them. But then she's like, "Well, where are we at?" Because they haven't really talked since the night before, and it's still rocky. And she's like, "Well, where are we at? What are we doing?" And he was like, "Well, bitch, I don't want to talk about it before your family get here. So can we do this another time?" And of course, Joy doesn't want to do that. So, and he says, "Be happy I chose you."
That is basically what he said. But I
Yeah.
chose you
I was like, "Well, damn."
because you had so many choices while you was in jail.
Well, and that's what you always throw that in my face. I hate people that always talk about what they did for you. I was like, I can't say that shit either. So I felt red. I was like, he's done. You gonna stop using that? "Oh, I stayed with you for 7 years in jail" narrative. Because
I was just
apparently,
doing her face. Well, I stayed with you after you had a baby on me, and still don't know who the daddy is.
right. Well, not to mention, it's not like he was only talking to her in jail anyway. So
I wasn't,
right.
I wasn't out here making babies.
But as I'm saying, like she likes to use that. "Oh, well, I was here for you, and I spent so much money on you when you were in jail." And he could easily say, "And so did a whole
That
bunch
was,
of bitches."
and that was your guilt also.
Right,
Mhm. Look, when you start, I'd be like, we both got things to throw in each other's face now. Let's
right,
not play this game.
right. Well, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in to our review of the Life After the Lockup, season 5, episode 16. If you haven't already, please make sure that you have hit that like button.
Make sure you comment
You subscribe.
and hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And we're super excited. Got some new things coming to y'all for 2024. So definitely stay tuned. Make sure you have your notification bells on. And yeah, y'all, we appreciate your love and support. And we will catch you next week or in a couple days, actually, for the life after the lockup. Might be after the new year. So if we don't see you before then, happy new year. But
Life after New Year.
the life after the new year. But yeah, if we in 2023 has been real, a lot of people's bingo cards have just rip them up. Okay. Nobody expected a lot of these things that have happened in 2023. Okay. But yeah, y'all, love y'all. Happy New Year. Enjoy your friends and family. If we don't see you before then, yeah. Thank you for your support. Have a good night.